coming.
You're welcome.
You know, I guess for a lot of us that live here, a big part of the culture of this country is to be a little bit cynical about things just in general. But you know, it's really amazing what you've done, and the opportunity for you to be here and to be surrounded with your children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. And but it's more than just that idea of being with your family and you in coming over here and making the trip, which is not easy for you, is a big deal. But it's really about like modeling this kind of generosity and this kind of values that you have and that you live with for your kids and your grandkids and your great-grandkids. And it's not taken for granted that my children can see their great-grandmother being sort of demonstrating such generosity and care for Israel and the Jewish people and all of these things. And as residents in Jerusalem, we've, unfortunately, been to this building many times before when it was the walk-in clinic, for ourselves, for our kids, with groups that we've brought. Both my wife and I work in tourism, bringing groups to Israel. We brought a lot of people here, and we also know what an amazing organization this is, and how donations to this organization go a long way towards reaching the actual recipients and don't get swallowed up in like overhead and buildings and things like that, which is also something that's really, really important. But just reflecting on my grandfather and in thinking about it very much like with what my dad was just saying, that I have a lot of great memories learning, and I think a lot of the Jewish values and very possibly many of the reasons why I live here today is very much as a result of my relationship with him and with Anya, with both of them, to their dismay probably, but it's their fault really.
Thank you.
But one thing that I was thinking about as I was driving over here is that we're all in this mode now, getting ready for Purim, getting ready for this holiday, and it made me think about Apu a little bit, just from the learning aspect of things. But in Purim we talk. But Purim is really about, maybe not uniquely, but very much about this triumph of the Jewish people against all odds, being completely sort of destined to extinction. And then in the end, this amazing story of triumph and being able to triumph good over evil and survival. And when I think about you, Anu, and Apu's life, that's really the story. I mean, basically everything that we see around us over here, the fact that we even exist, is against all odds. And what you did, leaving Hungary and coming to Canada, and the way that you started from basically nothing, and how you built yourself up, but at the same time never forgot about all the people that you wanted to help along the way as soon as you were able to help yourself a little bit, whether it's your brothers and sisters or your children or your extended family, and then beyond the Jewish community in Montreal, with all the good work that you've done. With all the good work that you've done in our synagogue, in the hospitals in Montreal, and now you're just taking it to another level of giving something to the people of Israel and Jerusalem, and as it says on there, to the people of Israel, and it's just when you take a step back a little bit, it's really kind of easy to let all the cynicism fall to the side and realize that the fact that you're here and that we're here is against all odds, and the fact that you're able to use your wealth and generosity to help so many people is also just absolutely against all odds, and is something that I learned from, and I think we all learn from, and it's amazing that we can share all of that together and see all of that.
I am very proud of you, Justin.
you were spending many, many hours with your grandfather when you came from the school, and you're sitting with him, you lunch with him, you're looking in the fridge there, what I have. And we adore you all the time. You were special for us, very special, you know that.
Yeah.
When you went to the, which organization when you went? For the birthright.
Right.
And everything, I adore you that you're doing the, and I follow you, that you have to help people.
So the last thing I
That's
just wanted
what
to
I learned in my parents' house.
So the last thing I just wanted to say, just quickly, is that aside from the donation of the ambulance, you mentioned it, and I know a lot of people who are volunteers in Mada. I didn't know that it was 13,000 people. But Mada, aside from just like the basic services that they provide people, it's basically a movement of volunteers who are doing good things for their fellow citizens, fellow human beings. And I think that above all the care, the patient care and the medical services that this will provide, you're also fueling a movement of people of a sense of volunteerism, which is something that is probably in the long run in terms of instilling a sense of volunteer culture in this country is just as important, if not more, than the basic medical services that this is going to provide. So thank you.
Justin. It was very pleasant and nice to you, and you know your grandfather was adore you and me. And
Thank
really,
you.
I cannot find words how much we love you and we support you to do. And thank you.